Hello everyone. So I received a question on my support, and the question was about scripting, and not just scripting. I mean, the question was basically about someone trying to start a career in Atlassian ecosystem, and that person was trying to ask me, should I start by learning scripting on Jira Data Center using Scriptner for Jira, basically on-prem version of Jira, or should I start scripting on Jira Cloud? Now, I thought I'll probably give you very quick uh, brief or an answer, because many people I think these days are trying to figure out, and I believe I do have a video, and I think I have like I think in the past I have spoken, and I've given a talk at few events where I uh, talked about automation options in Jira. So let us see if we have something. So automation options, Jira Ravi Sagar, and hopefully you will get an idea about this. So you will definitely find a few links, but you can actually look at this blog on this site squaredup.com. Basically, they host, I believe, the ACE Maidenhead event, and basically, I talked about the exact. I mean, basically, I talked about what all you can do when it comes to automation. But in this video, I thought I'll probably give you a very quick uh, answer. So when it comes to automation, first you have to figure out whether you want to do it on Jira Data Center or Cloud. And unfortunately, Jira Data Center, although the skill set is rare, but if you are starting your career, then if you learn Jira Cloud, then you will, of course, have more chances of getting a job. But I would say it is still not difficult. So, because the question is about scripting, you do have Scriptner on Jira Cloud, but Scriptner on Jira Cloud is different, totally different from Jira Data Center. And many people get confused with this, and I don't know why. Because, or maybe at Activist, the company behind Scriptner, they should actually highlight this. They should actually mention it very clearly. So, Scriptner for Jira on Cloud uh, is an app that will let you write scripts, but you can only do things that are limited by Jira REST API. So don't really expect extreme customizations like you would do on Jira Data Center. On Jira Data Center, you can do these customizations because you have access to the Java API. So that is, of course, clear. So in the beginning, of course, when you're starting, if you have to do the scripting, or if you have to use or learn Scriptner for Jira on Jira Data Center, groovy part is actually easy, but the difficult part is learning Java APIs. So I would say start with the Jira Cloud, because on Jira Cloud you do have Scriptner, you do have Script Runner along with REST API. So focus on REST API, and you cannot really do like a lot of customizations anyways if you are trying to compare it with Jira Data Center. Also at the same time, so the first thing is of course learn Jira REST API. And by the way, I do have a lot of videos on Jira. I mean, first of all, to start with, you can actually watch the videos on Jira REST API, where I have like plenty of videos, and I do have like videos on different topics like how to do basic things like how to create an issue, how to edit an issue, how to log time, blah blah blah. But at the same time, once you learn Jira REST API, the next thing that you can do, based on my opinion, and if you're especially for those people who are new to Atlassian ecosystem and they're trying to get into Atlassian ecosystem and they want to get a job, then the next thing that you can do is of course start with the Jira Cloud automation. So Jira Cloud automation is something which is, I believe, a must-have now. If you are trying to become, or if you are a Jira admin, then you should know Jira Cloud automation, and it is very simple. And of course, the expectation is that you know how Jira works. So once you know how Jira works, then start with REST API along with Jira Cloud automation. You can do both of these things together, and then maybe you can look at script now for Jira Cloud. And because by the time you start playing with Jira, or by the time you start playing with script now for Jira on Cloud, you would already know, you would have that knowledge of REST API. Because if you're writing a script on Jira Cloud using script now, you're basically writing a script using REST API. So this would be super easy, believe me. And then once you're comfortable with these three things, then depending upon of course your comfort level, if you have that programming background, then start by also not start but also look at Forge. And I do have videos on Forge, by the way. I think I do have like maybe I have a course, or maybe I don't really have like a lot of videos on Forge, but I do have like, I think 5 or 6 videos. And of course my videos are probably a bit old because I made them a few years back. But Forge is, or it will become, hopefully, based on my observation so far, Forge will become the script runner for Jira Cloud. Now, this is of course based on Jira Cloud, but if you're talking about Jira Data Center, let us say you're already working in a company where I think the only reason why you should pick up and start with Jira Data Center is only when you have an instance to maintain, or maybe you're already in a company where they are using Jira Data Center. Nowadays, not many people, not many organizations are using Jira Data Center because it is too expensive now, or they have moved to Jira Cloud, or they have moved to another tool. But if you have to start somewhere, start with, of course, Cloud in the right order. First learn Jira, then learn Jira REST API, then learn Jira Cloud automation, then maybe take a look at Forge, and then move on to, of course, script runner for Jira on Cloud. And if you know, to be honest, because using using automation rules on Jira Cloud, you can actually do a lot of automations using just the automation rules, but you can also make a REST call. So it is quite, you're not really writing a script, but it is still quite powerful. You can do a lot of things, and you may not even need to learn script now for Jira on Cloud. So that is what I would say, based on my experience. So once you start learning Jira REST API, I think Jira REST API is the key, because even if you're using, even if you're making a REST call using cloud automation rules, or maybe if you're using Forge, in Forge, of course, you have to interact with Jira using Jira REST API. So Jira REST API is now the most important thing. It is the key. And if you know it, then you can do not only things using automation rules or Forge or script, you can also write your own shell script. You can also do things like pull data from Jira and dump it to an Excel sheet or Google Sheets using REST API. So REST API, and because you can rely on REST API to pull data from Jira, not only to just update, and you can use that data to report on something. So I thought in this video I've given you some background and hopefully an idea, and it will help you, I hope, because it is not just about automation. The question was more specific on scripting and what all you can do with scripting when it comes to Jira, both on data center and cloud. All right, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.